Continuing to read through Leviticus, I came across an interesting verse in chapter 20, although it may not be the one that people usually think of. This is verse 9. All who curse father or mother shall be put to death. Having cursed father or mother, their blood is upon them. This commandment was originally stated in Exodus chapter 21, verses 15 and 17. Whoever strikes father or mother shall be put to death. Whoever curses father or mother shall be put to death. And this is elaborated upon in Deuteronomy 21, verses 18 through 21. If someone has a stubborn and rebellious son who will not obey his father and mother, who does not heed them when they discipline him, then his father and his mother shall take hold of him and bring him out to the elders of his town at the gate of that place. They shall say to the elders of his town, This son of ours is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey us. He is a glutton and a drunkard. Then all the men of the town shall stone him to death. So you shall purge the evil from your midst, and all Israel will hear and be afraid. Pretty straightforward. And before someone interjects with, that was the old covenant and we're under a new covenant, there's a few interesting verses in Matthew chapter 15. I'm going to read verses 1 through 6. Then Pharisees and scribes came to Jesus from Jerusalem and said, Why do your disciples break the tradition of the elders? For they do not wash their hands before they eat. He answered them, And why do you break the commandment of God for the sake of your tradition? For God said, Honor your father and mother, and whoever speaks evil of father and mother must surely die. But you say that whoever tells father or mother, Whatever support you might have had from me is given to God, then that person need not honor the father. So, for the sake of your tradition, you make void the word of God. Now, I know that what people usually focus on in this passage is, Jesus condemning the Pharisees and scribes for valuing their tradition more than valuing the Word of God. But when Jesus himself is speaking the Word of God, he's in fact reiterating the death penalty for failing to honor the father and mother. It's right there. And what I found even more interesting about this passage is when he's talking about the support for the father and mother being given to the church or to the Pharisees and scribes rather than to the parents. And I've been trying to think where this kind of support is prescribed. And I think that what Jesus may be referring to is not in the Old Testament, but rather part of Jewish tradition. And I've specifically been looking in the Talmud. There's a section of the Talmud which is called the Mishnah, and that's considered the first written compendium of Judaism's oral law. And it was originally redacted around 200 CE, but it contains tradition from 536 BCE to 70 CE. So, even contemporary with Jesus. He would probably be familiar with these traditions. And there's a section of the Mishnah called the Nashim, and a section of that called Kedushin. Now, the Nashim is regarding wives. It contains laws related to women and family life. And the Kedushin in specific deals with betrothal and the laws of Jewish lineages. Now, I've looked in the Kedushin, and I've been able to find a few quotes that may elucidate what Jesus may be referring to as the support that's due to the parents according to Jewish tradition. This is from section 30b. Our rabbis taught, there are three partners in man, the Holy One, blessed be He, the father and the mother. When a man honors his father and his mother, the Holy One, blessed be he, says, I ascribe merit to them as though I had dwelt among them and they had honored me. Two quotes from 31b of Kedushin. Rabbi Tarfon had a mother for whom, whenever she wished to mount into bed, he would bend down to let her ascend, and when she wished to descend, she stepped down upon him. He went and boasted thereof in the school. Said they to him, You have not yet reached half the honor due. Has she then thrown a purse before you into the sea without your shaming her? Our rabbis taught, what is fear and what is honor? Fear means that he, the son, must neither stand in his, the father's place, nor sit in his place, nor contradict his words, nor tip the scales against him. Honor means that he must give him food and drink, clothe and cover him, lead him in and out. And a quote from section 32a. Come in here. Rabbi Eliezer was asked, How far does the honor of parents extend? Said he, that he should take a purse, throw it in his presence into the sea, and not shame him. So I think that very clearly these selections from the Kedushin very extensively mention that children are obligated to provide financially for their parents. And Jesus himself, regarding such teachings and traditions, says something pretty interesting in Matthew 23, verses 1 through 3. Then Jesus said to the crowds and to his disciples, The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. Therefore, do whatever they teach you and follow it. But do not do as they do, for they do not practice what they teach. Now, he is saying that they may provide a bad example themselves, but that they're to do whatever they teach. And what I just read from the Mishnah, that would be something that they taught. Pretty interesting.